Bread and Roses, Missouri uses an arts lens to examine social and economic justice issues in all our programming. We believe that cultural and creative expression are a means to effect deep and lasting social change. As the labor hymn for which the organization is named reminds us, hearts starve as well as bodies. Give us bread and give us roses.
Our Workers' Theater Project strives to make theater more accessible and inclusive to workers and their families, to broaden who participates in artistic expression, and to welcome working-class St. Louis into artistic spaces. Mrs. Palmer's Honey is an 8-part audio play based on the 1946 novel by St. Louis and Fannie Cook. The story depicts how race, class, and workers' rights intersected during World War II in the historic St. Louisville neighborhood. It is a story of hope, empowerment, and solidarity. It was directed by Catherine Bentley with original music by Colin McLaughlin and adapted from the novel by New York playwright Cassandra Medley.
I was so excited to work on this script, to adapt it from Fannie Cook's 1946 novel, Mrs. Palmer's Honey, because it portrays a woman whose life is transformed. It portrays a woman who presents us with an alternative view of Rosie the Riveter.
Hello, honey. You're looking quite well. I guess factory life agrees with you.
Darling, hurry and come upstairs to get dressed before our guests descend upon us.
I'll just take a nip before I get my tux on.
We are proud of you, Mr. Palmer.
Well, speaking of pride, tell me, how do the colored boys feel about going into the army? I hear there's been some, well, grumbling.
Don't know nothing about all that. Well, some of them drag their feet about being caught up on account of, well, being treated bad here on the home front. And some bragging about all the medals they gonna get. Anyways, I got a measly turkey to try to do something with.
You've definitely been missed around here. Quite a sight to see all you women going to work in pants, working in defense, side by side.
Well, sir, we ain't exactly working side by side. That's why I'm looking forward to hearing your speech tonight.
If I can just make a speech that'll speak to everybody.
Yes, sir, you will. All of us Negroes count on you to say what's right.
We'll see. Meanwhile, better go see if I can still fit in my tux.
My name is Colin McLaughlin. I'm a St. Louis-based musician and composer. Joan and Kathy asked me to write an original score for Mrs. Palmer's Honey. I spent a year writing music inspired by the incredible story and characters, but especially Honey herself. I tried to reflect her spirit in the music, her strength, her growth, her pain, her grief, her joy. We recorded the album with an old friend of mine, Mac Inglis in Pittsburgh, and a mentor of mine, Bryce Rabideau, helped bring the music to life, arranging the compositions and recruiting all these incredible jazz musicians. Most of them hadn't played anything in about 6 months. This was February 2021, in the heart of the pandemic. We recorded everyone in separate rooms, but they sounded so in sync. Bread and Roses decided to release the music as a professional album to accompany the audio play, but also separate from it, as its own piece of art inspired by the story. I enjoyed this project immensely, and I'm humbly proud of the album and the play.
The horns are wailing, the band's getting down. You say, hey baby, let's get the hell out of town. The Mississippi shines in starlight on another July night. I got my baby and a nice cold beer. Let's pay the fiddler.
Honey, Mrs. Palmer's Honey, this young woman, in transforming herself, transformed your city and was part of the transformation of our country, which is still going on. I've loved this project dear to my heart, and I'm looking forward to its ongoing success.
Thank you to our sponsors who make our work possible: the Missouri Arts Council, the Arts and Education Council, the Callup Foundation, and the John and Carolyn Peterson Charitable Foundation. To learn more about Bread and Roses Missouri, visit breadandrosesmo.org.